John Smoltz, Hall of Famer, joins us. See there, Fritzy?
He's ready to go.
All right. Johnny, feel any different today than you did yesterday?
My breathing's much different. I'm much more relaxed, and I am glad that it is over. I know everybody warned me what it was going to be like until you go through it. Honestly, I never sweat so much in a shirt in my life than I did yesterday, and I can sit back now and take it all in and know that the speech was what it was. I tried to deliver it the best I could, and gosh, did I get dry mouth in about 30 seconds into it.
If I said Game 7 against the Twins and Jack Morris or this, what was more nerve-wracking?
Oh, this by far. I never felt anything like this in pitching in my life. Unless you tell somebody this is the last start you're ever going to have and make it your best and deliver your best stuff, then maybe it'd be close. But this is hard to explain because it's not that I haven't spoken all over the place and in front of a lot of people. It's just the emotion of the guys behind you, and then it captures, your career. It's it right there. You're trying to wrap up 40 years, and you're looking at a sea of people. I know I'm not talking to all those people. It's really more of an intimate group, but I wanted it to be, special enough to where that group that I was talking to understood. Because I said this before, each Hall of Famer has his own unique story that only a very few people know that what it took for them to get there. And mine was pretty incredible. I couldn't spend any time on that. I couldn't tell that story. It would have taken too long, and it probably wouldn't have been believable. And then breaking it up in the middle, hoping that it would work, and throwing on the kind of hair I used to have back in the day, Man, was that hot throwing on that hair. I had to get it off my head as soon as I put it on. It was a tribute to Maddox, of course. Whenever I call him, his phone screen shows my bald head, and I wanted to let him know that when we got together, I had hair.
But I like the fact that you went out of your way to make sure that Maddox would not make fun of you by putting on a wig at the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and like I told you earlier, that was going to be the easiest part of my speech. I just didn't know where to break it in, and I figured if at any point I was starting to feel the pressure or crack, I could throw that in there and get me right back to Dumb and Dumber, which is really where I like to stay. And it worked. I think, as I look at the still pictures, it wasn't that bad. So Maddox had a good kick out of it, and I told Glavine that at the punchline, I had to throw him in there, even though it was more towards Maddox about the 20 pounds that I lost.
So what's going on behind the scene, backstage, right before the speeches?
There's all the anticipation of we knew we were going to be there 30 minutes, right? You almost get, you could see the guys, especially newcomers, asking everybody that was getting ready to go up, "You nervous?" And you could sense that they had been there, done that, and they were maybe not enjoying it, but just appreciating what that was like. And I thought Johnny Bench did something pretty cool. Afterwards, there's such a picturesque lake here, and the hotel is in a setting where only it could be. And he made us sit on the rocking chairs for 2 minutes, and he said, "Now just reflect. You've been doing things for people all week. Just reflect and look at the lake, and just take a time to see what all that you've accomplished, because it is such a breathtaking kind of fast-paced week, and it just doesn't seem to set in." And that was pretty cool. The guys, of course, like any other group of guys, are going to rib you. The rookies are going to get their eat their lunch, so to speak. But it was really, really well done, and enjoyed it.
He's John Smoltz, Hall of Famer, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. So you got hazed at the Hall of Fame?
Oh yeah. It was. I'm sure if they could have found an accordion, we'd have been there all night till I played a few tunes on the accordion. They sang "Roll Out the Barrel" when I walked up to get my ring, and so they were having fun with it. But yeah.
All right, if there's a starting rotation, you, Pedro, and Unit. How do we? Who's 1, 2, and 3?
You getting hazed or
no? Who's your starting rotation, playoff rotation?
Oh man, well I'm going to go third because that will set me up for Game 7, and then I'm gonna either way depending on the matchup. I got the luxury going right, left, right. I'll probably go Pedro, Randy, me, just to split it up. But, man, you're talking about – and I think that was the picture. It was so unique, 6'10", as I told you, 5'11", 6'3", kind of the way baseball has always prided itself on all sizes and shapes. But I kind of felt bad for Pedro and what the greatest pressure of anybody had to go up there and do what he did in the speech with his country and speaking a second language. To try to deliver a speech, and let me tell you, they let him have it afterwards in a good way.
Why were they giving? Who was giving Pedro grief?
Oh, everybody. Oh, you just know to expect it. That was some of the tips I got from Maddox and Glavine. Just take it, roll with it. They were asking him if he could speak Dutch next year. I mean, and he rolled with it, and it is a. That dinner is worth every ounce of effort to get here and appreciate the greatness in that room. And, of course, you're going to have all kinds of personalities, but yeah, he was. He wore it as well as all of us did.
That's pretty cool. What did you keep? What do you get to take? You got your jacket. You got your ring.
Yeah, they gave us the ring. I think there's some more to come. They kind of sprinkled in the room. I don't know. Thankfully, we got so much stuff to take back. It's pretty incredible, and I'm proud to say that I had a couple objectives coming here, and one was winning the golf tournament, which I was able to do, and then win the foursome with the guys that flew me down. So we had an absolute blast. 7 houses rented, and the town and the weather was as good as expected.
Proud of you, John. Now, I don't know. What do you do the rest of your life?
Well, first thing I do when I walk into the MLB Network is I get a bigger office. I tell people, times are going to change here. Refer to me as this.
Well, you know what you do, John? You do like CBS is Sir Nick Faldo. I think that you're just Hall of Fame John Smoltz.
Yeah, maybe when I enter the building, just some kind of. I know they've got the ability to let everybody know. Just let everybody know I'm here. I'm walking in.
like a PA announcement every time you walk in?
Exactly. Just put everybody on alert. I don't think anything will change. I don't think anybody's going to do anything, but, it's just a nice little ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Smoltz, Hall of Famers in the building. John Smoltz in the building. Just get a PA announcer there.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, congrats, and happy for you, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
Johnny Smoltz, Hall of Famer. Good guy.